Emmanuel, God is with us. Emmanuel, God is with us. That's the original flower that all the hybrids were made from, and they said it has a strong smell. This is the only flower I can smell in my garden. It has a very sweet, juicy smell, very fruity. It's not floral at all. Can't think of the name of it right now, but I'll probably write it in the comments. I'll show you some more. Freesia. This is Freesia. And this is the original, one of the original freesias found in South Africa. It's beautiful in its own right, but they hybridized it and made all different kind of colors and stuff. Now let me show you my other spring flowers. This is a begonia. The grasshopper likes to eat it, but it seems to be surviving so far. Hopefully it can grow fast enough to make it. Here are dianthus. They're flowering. They're not covered in flowers like they are when I have them in a container, but they do have flowers. I don't know which flower this is, but you can see that it's a jonquil. It's in the narcissus family. It's a jonquil because it has two blooms coming out of the same section. But I don't know what it is because it seems pretty tall, and I planted jonquils that were supposed to be short. So sometimes in your environment, like see how short those are? Those are my late spring jonquils. So I'll see. This one might really just like this spot. No, these are all tall this year. So I don't know why. And they're probably all the same thing. You know, sometimes when you get bulbs, you don't get what you think you get. But I didn't plant any bulbs this year because we didn't have rain last year, and I felt like I was wasting my money. We had rain this year, and all of my bulbs from last year came back. Go figure. Look at these. These are jonquil. See how short those are? And they have a lot of flowers. This is not that many bulbs, but puts on a good flower display. I'm in California, so we're always trying to get a lot of flower display with the least amount of water. So this is very pleasant for me, very cheery. And this is just a private little garden for me and my neighbors. And I offset it. I tried to offset it with a lavender. I lost a lot of my lavenders. That's my old lavender, been there for years. The original part of it died off from there, and now it's growing out to here. And I offset it with this lime pelargonium, which is also being eaten by grasshoppers, but this one grows faster, so you don't notice it as much. And there are my spring flowers coming through. This is planted. It puts on a big show of red flowers. It's covered in red flowers. As soon as the weather warms up, it's not used to. We had 38 degrees plus with wind chill. We had like it was like 30 degrees last night. So this plant can't take that cold. So I'm in Southern California. We're not used to all that. So it's lost a lot of its leaves, and it's not flowering like it used to. And I matched the red flowers up with this multicolored pelargonium, and you can see these are the hybrid freesias. Their flowers are much bigger, and they still have the fragrance. They're peeking through the pelargonium here, and then in their own right they're coming out more and more there. And this is another jonquil. If you're wondering why I don't have all the big narcissus that they have in warmer spots, because they're expensive. They only flower one time in my area. They won't come back, so you don't get the chill hours for them. And these little dainty, reliable ones, they're okay with me. This might even be one that's a warm weather one. Probably not, though, because the ones that are best for California have multiple blooms. And these are usually the ones, when they have this kind of bloom on them, they're usually better for the south. That might even be called California. They have one that's called California. The flowers on this are pretty tiny, though, so that makes me think it might be a jonquil. It's really putting out a lot of flowers, too. I mean, like you see this plant here? It's got a flower here and a flower there. Yeah, that's pretty. I'm pretty happy. Then there's a flower there. Whatever this one is, it's particularly happy with the space, and it's got another one coming up with a flower here. And here's another pelargonium, and this one has reverted. I bought this one right here, and this must have been the original stock. You see, this is coming off the same plant. This is what I want. This is what I do not want. But gladly, I did get the one I want coming back. So you never know with pelargoniums. They can go back to their... I'm going to try and break this off and see if that gets me more of what I want. I don't know. We'll see if it starts coming back more of this. That's a lavender. This lavender's been here 3 or 4 years, and it's got a lot of blooms on it. I cut it back hard, killed some of them, but this one seems to be blooming. Lost this lavender. I'll replant as soon as they get them at the store. I like lavenders. Sometimes they're annuals here. Sometimes they'll last me a long time. Yeah. But I like them, so I keep planting them. You know, everybody has a little luxury that they like, and I like lavender flowers. So that's this year's flower garden. She doesn't look like much, but she smells phenomenal, you know. And I mean, I'd rather have a few flowers at a time than have one big show and then nothing. So these back here seem to be the first to flower. All those where you see those pointy things, they are going to flower next. And over here, you can see the buds on this one. So, and that one's just shooting up. So I should have an extended narcissus flower season. This plant right here is just for fragrance. The flowers on that are very fragrant. They have a spicy fragrance to them that I like. But yeah, she's not much to look at. But she's cheap. Once you put her in your garden, she flowers on her own. She scents your garden. And then I can pull her up and she comes back next year. So God bless everybody. Thanks for stopping by and seeing my humble flower garden. I didn't plant anything. Everything in here that will flower this year has, you know, these are bulbs that reoccur in perennials. And of course, some annuals that come up from their own seed.